Hi everyone and welcome to Just Love. My name is Paula and I'm here with Judy. Hi Judy.
Hi Paula, hi everyone.
In our last episode, Judy read out some information recently given to her based on her book entitled An Interview with an Alien, Comments by an Undercover ET. As we explained, she wrote this book after reading Lawrence Spencer's book Alien Interview. In this episode, we'll go through the latest information paragraph by paragraph and break it down.
Okay, thanks Paula. Before I begin, I'll just explain about this info. I thought it was an excerpt from my book Interview with an Alien, but it's just based on some information at the end of the book. It's part excerpt and part recently given information. So to quote the first paragraph, the Repterrans, an ancient reptilian culture based on Earth, along with the tall, blonde, blue-eyed and more human-looking Anunnaki, are based in a parallel dimension often referred to as the inner Earth. Planet Earth is a living, sentient, multi-dimensional being as we are. This is what the inner Earth is really. Earth is not hollow but rather multi-dimensional.
So Judy, if both of these races live in the inner Earth, why would their existence impact our life on Earth?
They impact incredibly strongly because these two races are the ones referred to as the shadow government, the Cabal, or at least they're behind them. They're the controlling force behind both politics and religion on Earth. The Anunnaki were the inspiration behind Nazism's Aryan ideal. Hitler was trained by them in mind control techniques through the Thule and Vril Societies, both of which were connected with the Anunnaki and the Repterrans.
Okay, so can you please remind us what the Thule and Vril Societies are?
Okay, Michael Fitzgerald speaks at length about this in his book entitled The Nazis and the Supernatural, The Occult Secrets of Hitler's Evil Empire, as does Len Kasten in his book Secret Journey to Planet Serpo. Here is what the internet says about them, which is very much in line with my understanding. The Thule and Vril Societies are central to occult conspiracies regarding Nazi Germany. The Thule Society was a 1918 German group acting as a far-right nationalist precursor to the Nazi Party. The Vril Society is widely considered a myth, originating from a 1960 book claiming it was an inner, elite occult circle of Thule focused on energy and technology. This is not a myth, it is fact. To quote from Michael Fitzgerald's book, Chapter 2, The Vril Society. The original Munich branch of the Vril Society was first founded by Rudolf von Sebottendorf, who was very anti-Jewish. The name Vril was taken from a novel written by Lord Lytton entitled The Coming Race, on which Hitler's Nazi Germany was based. In 1918, Sebottendorf bought a publishing house which issued many Nazi books. Sebottendorf was primarily involved with the Thule group, but the Vril Society was an inner circle established within the organisation that eventually merged with the larger group. Two of its most influential leaders were Dietrich Eckart and Karl Haushofer, and it played a decisive part in the ascent of Hitler and the Nazis to supreme power in Germany. Hitler's Nazi Germany was based on Lord Lytton's fictional book, The Coming Race. This book described an underground master race using a cosmic energy source known as Vril. Hitler was invited to join the Vril Society. Haushofer also had strong links with a Japanese group known as the Green Dragons, who were the ones to involve Japan in World War II. And he also had Tibetan links through a highly secret occult group who called themselves the Society of Green Men. It was this group who supplied Nazi scientists with the technology to build disc-like craft that were specifically designed to look like genuine off-planet craft.
So these crafts sound like the fake UAPs built right here on Earth that Dr. Stephen Greer talks about. So they've been around since World War II.
Yes, they've been the same. They'd be the same for sure. And yes, they have been around since then. Like the genuine ET ships, they also have advanced anti-gravity technology. The fact that both the Thule and Vril Societies are based in the inner earth is the reason why Hitler was searching for the entrance to this place. They are the ones who trained him in negative occult practices which he used to control others. So to continue with the information, the anti-gravity technology was passed on to the Nazis and construction began on a fleet of these disc-shaped anti-gravity craft, which were ahead of American and British technology at that time. They were stored at a Nazi base in Antarctica in preparation for a major takeover of the planet, a new world order.
So the Nazis basically disappeared to Antarctica when they were defeated in World War II. You have to wonder if Hitler really did die or if his death was faked.
Yes, well, who knows? So much lying would have been going on back then, just as it is now. These political extremists are so desperate to take a more overt control of the planet, they'll do anything to achieve that aim. It wasn't just the development of the atom bomb that was concerning the Zetas and other off-planet people. There was also this new and more boldly overt planetary takeover that was being planned. America, Britain and the rest of the world just didn't have this level of technology, and humanity was weakened and exhausted from so many years of warfare. Their guard was also down as they believed Hitler was dead and Nazism defeated. Only the off-planet people knew how wrong they were and what danger the world was still facing.
So they decided to take a hand in the proceedings.
Yes, they did. The Roswell crash was intentionally put in place to enable the authorities of the free world to gain access to the same technology that the Nazis already possessed, to at least create an even playing field to hopefully avert a takeover by the Nazi fascist forces. In this way, it was meant to be a donation of technology. Unfortunately, the Anunnaki and Repterran controllers already had a firm foothold in the military-industrial complex, boosted by the high number of Nazi scientists imported to America through Operation Paperclip after the war. They managed to get hold of the technology from the crash ship and bury it under many layers of highly secret black projects. This technology is now being used against the genuine Greys and others through the MyLab, the military abduction program, designed to cause maximum fear and loathing of the off-planet people coming here to try to help free humanity.
So the advanced technology taken from the Roswell crash, and probably other genuine disk crashes as well, is now being used against the genuine ETs.
Yes, exactly. A white supremacist New World Order is in production for the near future. This can only be avoided by the majority of people on Earth choosing unconditional love-based empathy, kindness, compassion and oneness over the fear-based divisiveness of racial and religious prejudice, warmongering and wall-building between nations, belief systems and people. We all sincerely hope and pray that humanity chooses love over fear.
All of this sounds frightening close to what is going on down here right now.
My feeling is that humanity is learning their lessons. I love how so many other countries are refusing to take part in this present conflict in the Middle East. War never does solve problems. All they do is cause more negativity and hatred on the planet. In the Serpo book, they talk about how Hitler was basically mad, and this was what caused their plans to go astray. They lost control of him. I can see this happening again.
It does seem like things are being repeated, and that Serpo book sounds very interesting. Secret Journey to Serpo Planet is a good book with heaps of explanations.
I believe it's a true story because of the fact that they don't demonise the Zetas and in fact portray them as being very kind. They do refer to negative greys a couple of times, but these would be the PLFs, the programmed life forms that Dr. Stephen Greer talks about. Like the Earth-based fake UAPs, these life forms have also been created down here, specifically to cause people to fear the genuine greys. They're used in the military abduction program. In the Serpo book, they also talk about reptilians being behind the Vril Society through a group referred to as the Green Men. These would be the Repterrans, and it was these ones who provided the Nazis with anti-gravity technology to enable them to build the discs.
Judy, you say a white supremacist New World Order is in production for the near future. What do you actually mean by that, and how is it playing out on the planet now,
coming
into alignment with the white supremacist New World Order? Is it a continuation of World War II? Most of humanity is so in the dark that these questions will remain questions because we don't have the information to make an informed opinion. Crucial information is being withheld. We receive disinformation and misinformation. But what do you, from your dual soul consciousness aspect, have to say on all of this?
As far as I could see, you only have to look at what's happening right now on Earth. There has been a rise recently in extreme right-wing oriented politicians being voted in, either legally or not. Hence all the prejudice and lies being aimed at immigrants and refugees. This ICE thing in America, it stands for Immigration and Customs Enforcement. It's just horrible. Even here in Australia, which has been a very tolerant and multicultural society since the extremist White Australia policy was disbanded in 1973, I can see it starting again now through certain unnamed politicians. Nazi fascist politics was never really defeated after World War II. They did just go underground. This is not to say that extreme left-wing politics is any better. Both these extremes end up meeting in the middle with the so-called horseshoe effect that the ETs told me about before I ever heard that term down here. So yes, I am picking up on things from the dual soul consciousness perspective, and it worries me deeply. I just cannot believe that people can't read the energy that some of these politicians give out. I can't even bear to look at or listen to them. They make my blood run cold. At the same time, as I said before, I think people are starting to wake up, given the way all of the European countries are refusing to be drawn into this latest conflict, which has conveniently been brought about right now to deflect attention away from other disgusting things such as paedophilia, white slavery and pornography connected with Epstein. On a brighter note, if people are interested in knowing more about the genuine ETs, my books are available from Amazon and can be accessed via the link to my website below. They are Human by Day, Zeta by Night, followed by the Zeta Message, then Extraterrestrial Presence on Earth, Lessons in History, and my two most recent books, both Kindle editions and both also available in German, An Interview with an Alien, Comments by an Undercover ET, and Cosmic Spirituality, Blending Religion and Science in Oneness from an Off-Planet Perspective. I also have some of our podcasts put up on my website in a downloadable ebook form entitled Just Love. Another of my books, The Way of the Forest, is also available. These downloads are free of charge.
Thanks so much, Jude. And thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Please share, like and subscribe. And as always, sending you much love and bye for now.